Well, today is September the 4th, 2023. Today is the American Labor Day. And I want to wish all of you a very happy Labor Day if you live here in the States. Part of the reason why I also mentioned the date is yesterday was September the 3rd, 2023. And if you live locally to me here, one thing you will know is that yesterday was Riverfest and the WEBN fireworks. Well, as one of my cousins from down home would say, that is the WEBN fireworks is a huge deal here in the area. It's also a giant mess. I mean, it's like the sea of humanity that's down there. I mean, my advice to people is if you've never been, don't go. Okay? Do yourselves a favor and don't go. Or don't go after you've been once. Once is enough, believe me. Once you've been down there, you're like, I'll just go watch it on video. Or I'll go find some place to watch it, like away from there, at Northern or something, at NKU or something, I'll go watch that anywhere but down there in person. And I'm not saying that to be malicious, I know they want to it's a huge draw every year and everybody and their sister shows up. But here's the thing, it's televised, so my question is why would you want to go down there when you can watch it on Channel 12 for free and sit in your air conditioning and drink a beer and have a good one, and like eat crudité and what have you, while you sit in air conditioning. And, yesterday it was like 90 something degrees outside, and it was pretty well into the upper 70s, lower 80s by the time the fireworks ended at like 9:30. And I mean, seriously, I'm like, I don't want to be out there with a bunch of drunks, with them spilling beer and, whatever. And it's, being stupid and stuff out there. I mean, granted, the Rosleys do a good job, but to be honest, I would rather sit in the air conditioning at home, and not have to worry about the hot mess of traffic that's down there and whatever. Because just believe me, it's like once you've been down there and you're like, I think I'll pass. I think I would rather sit at home in the air conditioning and either watch it over my cell phone, like I did for part of it, or, watch it on somebody's television, and like we like eat pizza and have like a pizza party, and watch it and, enjoy ourselves in a safe air conditioned environment. Because, yesterday on Sunday it was humid. It was, like I said, it was north of 90 degrees during the day. And, it was still like in the upper 70s, lower 80s by the time 9:30 yesterday evening rolled around, and, the fireworks started. And with like that sea of humanity down there, probably made it even that just much hotter. And it's just like, and I'd be like, nope, no, thank you. I would rather sit in air conditioning and enjoy myself. In case you're wondering, I actually was here when the fireworks show was going on, and I was watching it on this phone here at the house, just because I was at the hospital with Tony until about 8 o'clock, and then I was like, I just want to go home. I'm like, I don't feel like being around people right now. I'm getting tired. I was like, I just want to go home. Excuse me. I got indigestion on top of it. I'm like, I just want to go the heck home. And I just want to sit in air conditioning, have easy access to the bathroom, and just chill, and be in a safe environment where I don't have to worry about people being drunk and spilling beer on me and, being loud and obnoxious and drunk and whatever. That's just me. Then I have some things to say on the side. You might notice that I have, like a little bit of redness around the side. No, Tony hasn't been beating me. Just for the record, I just want to tell y'all, no, Tony hasn't been beating me. This is allergies. This is, you know, I've been having an allergy issue for days, and I left Rosie a voicemail couple like 2-3 hours ago, and I sounded like I swallowed a frog with some sandpaper. I mean, it's just, I've been sinusy allergy happy for days, off and on, and it's just, I've been dealing with sinusy nastiness for days. So no, Tony hasn't been beating me. Just for the record, no, Tony hasn't been beating me. Tony's been in the hospital, and he's been actually okay with me. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to, say that as an aside. Speaking of Tony and some other things, in the description for this video, I've included some links to some stuff, and I'm going to talk about that here. There is a GoFundMe link in there. That's to help, with like our rent and, some other stuff. It's, if you feel like donating to that, go ahead. I would appreciate it, and so would Tony. And then there's a Venmo link in there. It's going to ask you for a dollar amount. What that is if you would like to get an autographed copy of my Mammoth Cave book. I'm not talking about the other book that's in on the links, the Urban Legend book. The Urban Legend book is another matter entirely. I mean, I'm putting it on there so that way y'all can have it, if you want to order yourself a copy of it. This is a book I attempted to self-publish in 2009. So, if that's something you're interested in having a copy of, something I wrote years ago, go ahead. But don't be like, well, I want the Urban Legend book for, the amount that you're asking for on the Venmo. No, I will tell you, no, that the amount on the Venmo is purely for an autographed copy of the Mammoth Cave book, just so everybody's clear. And the thing is, speaking of the Mammoth Cave book, if you what will happen is if you do want an autographed copy from me, here's what you'll have to do. One is get on that Venmo and pay the amount that I have requested on there. And then what you can do, and I didn't write the email address in the description because I want to give it here. It's BLUESHE L's and Lucy KYLLC at WRITEME.com. You email me and tell me where, like your name, like what you would like me to write, if you want me to write anything with it besides, autographing it, and then tell me that you put the money in the Venmo. And I will, believe me, I will check. If the money's not in there and, like if you send me the email first and then send it, that's one thing. But like, if I get your email and it's like, like a day or two has passed and you haven't sent me the money, you won't be getting the book. I'll email you and be like, if you want the book, you got to send me the money before I'll send it. That's the amount that's on there. That's for the book itself, tax, shipping and handling, and the autograph is what that's for. That's the cover for everything. And no, I'm not going to give you the book for free. If you want legitimately want a copy of the book, you'll have to pay for it. And that's the thing with the Urban Legend book too. If you want to you'll have to pay for the book. That's just one thing I wanted to say. But like if you wanted to, like if you don't have access to email and you want to text me, the information once you pay. The phone number you can text me at or leave me a voicemail, but well, actually, I would prefer you text me. The phone number you can actually send a text to is 859 999 9581. That's 859 999 9581. I'm dead serious. This is a legit number. It's my work phone number. If you're interested in, texting me that or calling and leaving a message. But if you leave a message, do me a favor, speak very clearly on that, because, like, I won't be, otherwise I won't understand you. But I would prefer if you send me a text message, just send, if you want to send a text message, send it to that number, because it can, like, the system does know how to send a text or receive a text. Just make sure you clearly, spell everything out, to where I can make out what it says, and whatever, and just, but make sure, like I said, the Vimno is purely for the Mammoth Cave book. If you want an autographed copy of the other book, you'll need to buy a copy of it first and then send me an email or a text, and we'll work you getting an autographed copy of that out separately. Okay. With that all said, to be honest with y'all, one thing, and I will say this here, this year, back to the WEBN fireworks, it was I think it was the WEBN fireworks has a theme every year, and I think this year's theme was Cincinnati Magic or something. Cincinnati was in the name of the theme for this year. It was like money and magic in Cincinnati or something. It was something or other with Cincinnati in the name of the theme. Like, they played Poker Face by Lady Gaga. They played Money, 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 like from, the beginning of the movie For Richer or Poor with Tim Allen and Kirstie Alley. They played like a few other things. I didn't recognize all the songs that I like, the part that I watched of it. I did eventually just be like, turn it off, just because, well, you've seen it one, you've seen them all. I mean, and it's just, I was bored. I was tired and I was bored, and I just was not in the right mindset to actually watch it this year. I don't even remember watching it last year. Just things have been crazy the last 2 years, and I just was like, with it. I was at the hospital with Tony until, like, I'd say probably 8:10, 8:15-ish. And, I just sat out in my car for a little bit before I left there, and I was just like, I just was not in the mood. Tony's still in the hospital, just as an aside. And I mean, believe me when I say I was not in the mood. I was just like, okay, I'm just done. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm just not in the mood to be around people. So I just went home. I was like, but, there was people that seemed to have enjoyed it. One of the newscasters on Channel 5 that I ended up watching the 11 o'clock news afterwards, she was like, oh my goodness, I had the best time. I'm like thinking, honey, I'm glad for you. You were getting paid to watch this stuff and report, so I'm glad you had fun. This was not my idea of a good time. I mean, I've been on both sides of the river for that. For Riverfest and the WEBN fireworks, I'm just like, whatever at this point. I'm just like, I just sit at home, and hello to whoever just joined it. If that's you, Rosie, hi. But yeah, my opinion on the WEBN fireworks at this point is, I will gladly go to somebody's house and I will sit there and I will, watch it with you on your television. You know, I mean, one of my favorite memories of being at somebody's house watching the WEBN fireworks was years ago. Like, I was in my 20s, I was an adult. And I wasn't married to Tony yet. But I was at my grandma's house. She lived down there in Wilder, and we could actually see Cincinnati from her house, downtown Cincinnati from her house. And we could actually sit in her front yard and see part of it over the tree line at her house, which was a lot of fun. It was. But we all went inside and watched it and had a good time, and we ate watermelon. I remember that. It was just, it was genuinely a lot of fun, you know. And I would love to do that again with somebody again once Tony's out of the hospital and not, sick. You know, um, and I'm sure Tony looks forward to not being in the hospital either. Just as an aside. But anyway, I just want to get on here and say that. But I hope you all have a good evening. It's, going on 2:15 in the morning, and I'm getting tired. So, I want to get on off of here. And I hope you all have a good night and happy Labor Day. Bye.